So the riders just winding their way back towards the start line as we go for a second time of asking with race 3 in the junior LC40 category. And it will be without Declan Connell, who was the faller in the initial staging of this one. So race 3 with a vacant slot of P5 on the grid, and Declan Connell, who failed to score first time out, bounced back with a 5th place in his second appearance, so didn't pick up major points in his first appearance and won't be picking up anything from his third appearance. A tough weekend then for Declan Connell. Up in the top positions, it's Casey O'Gorman, who had really made a flying start from third position on the grid. Aidan Davey and Ross Maguire will occupy that front row. So a reminder of the lineup for this front row of the grid in the junior LC40 category. It's Ross Maguire on P1, Aidan Davey alongside the winner in each of the 2 races in this class so far. Third position on the grid, Casey O'Gorman, double runner-up in the races, the opening 2 races of this junior LC40 category. P4 on the grid and P4 in each of the 2 races so far, Bailey Stewart-Campbell. Vacant slot off P5 in the absence of Declan Connell. Good news that he is up and okay, but he won't be reprising his role in the restart. Evan Belford alongside him off P6. Ollie Walker, Louis Rendell, Emmanuel Brinton and James Cook completing the top 10 on the grids. As we get underway with the third race of the weekend in the junior LC40 category. Aidan Davey with a much better start this time. Ross Maguire is led around turns 1 and 2. Off the exit of the hook, no passing opportunities there. Evan Belford trying to find a way back onto the tail of the lead 4 who've broken away. The top 3 in particular accelerating clear. As they come round onto the Lancaster curve then, Ross Maguire keeping a watching brief on the race leader. Aidan Davey with a good break this time around. And Casey O'Gorman is going to have to find his way through once again. Second, third and fourth positions particularly tight. Onto the hanger straight then for the first time with a clear race leader. It's the number 38, Aidan Davey. The winner of the first 2 races leads once again. Casey O'Gorman making a lunge down the inside into Raymond's, taking third position away. But he's going to run wide on the exit. Can he hold on to P3? It's going to be close in the run down to turn number 1. O'Gorman has done it. Davey, Maguire, O'Gorman, Bailey Stewart-Campbell it is in 4th position. Evan Belford in 5th. But as I said on the opening lap, the front 4 have really bolted away and pulled out a bit of a gap now over Evan Belford, who has Louis Rendell and Sandy Horn in touch, as well as Ollie Walker just behind. Horn having passed Walker on that opening lap. Davey, Maguire and O'Gorman are the lead trio, but it's the top 4 who've been the closest packed as O'Gorman just makes a lunge to take P2 away from Ross Maguire. That all through the Dell, up to second position. Can O'Gorman now go after race leader and previously unbeaten rider Aidan Davey, certainly wider into Raymond's, looking for the cutback, looking for the exit speed, looking to build up an attack down the inside into turn 1, but the door is closed by Aidan Davey, our race leader still in front. The top 4 is where these podium positions are surely going to be decided, with Casey O'Gorman now on the tail of Aidan Davey and trying to find a way through into the leading position. Davey the winner of each of the opening 2 races. Casey O'Gorman runner-up on each occasion. And running right up onto his tail and down the inside, through into the Dell to take the race lead. Casey O'Gorman hits the front. Aidan Davey in second position. Ross Maguire still in third, watching on in this almighty struggle for the race lead. Maguire twice has watched these 2 dicing out in front, and it's Davey down the inside but can't get there into Raymond's. Ross Maguire has the closing speed from third position coming off the turn. No overtaking opportunities into turn 1 under yellow flags for a rider stricken on the exit, but standing separated from the machine and now sitting actually on the bollards, watching on as the racing continues. We've got yellow flags in other parts of the circuit as well, coming down into Surtees at the end of the Bomber Straight. So all the riders can do is try and maintain their gaps and wait for the opportunity to go racing once again. O'Gorman, Davey, Maguire, the top 3, starting to drop Bailey Stewart-Campbell in 4th position. The race at the moment is over second. Davey's been caught on the hop. Maguire has the pace. Onto the hanger straight. Can Ross Maguire break into the top 2 and finish within the top 2 for the first time this weekend? O'Gorman, Davey, Maguire looking for a move once again, but not quite on the entrance to turn one. Trying the same move down the inside around the hook. It's Maguire who's certainly on the march. And we've got an excellent separate race developing for 5th position. P5 Evan Belford, P6 Louis Rendell. And at the back end of that battle, a rider falling into turn number 1. We're under yellow flags once again on turn 1. But as I was saying, the race at the moment for 5th position, Evan Belford, Louis Rendell, Sandy Horn, Ollie Walker, all separated by little more than a second. We've got a race for 2nd position that's been ongoing for quite a while now. Davey ahead of Maguire. Watched on by the retirees from this race. But Davey seems to have the momentum coming off the Dell on each occasion and down the hanger straight. Into Raymond's, the best opportunity for overtaking. And Maguire is still being held at bay. This is all enabling the current race leader, Casey O'Gorman, to accelerate clear. Looking set for a first race victory in this class here today. And with Aidan Davey having to work hard to hold back Ross Maguire, that's enabling O'Gorman to streak away out in front. Almost a second the lead last time around. And the fastest of the front runners on lap number 5. Casey O'Gorman, the current race leader. Still the race is for 2nd. Davey in P2. Ross Maguire close to the tail in P3. 2nd and 3rd positions coming onto the hanger straight. But it doesn't look as though Maguire's close enough. Still not close enough. We're heading down to the final lap now. O'Gorman comfortable. The gap still under a second, so a big mistake would lose that position, but that big mistake doesn't look set to come. O'Gorman has been faultless in this race, up from P3 on the grid, looking set for a first race victory of the weekend in the Junior LC40 category to reignite this championship after Aidan Davey won each of the opening 2 races, but now is under threat of losing that 2nd position. Ross Maguire still right on his tail, hasn't been able to find a way through so far. The gap was 0.3 of a second last time over the start-finish stripe, but it's a lot less than that. It's less than 2 bike lengths now as they come into the Dell. One final opportunity to strike down the hanger straight and into Raymond's for the final time. Maguire closer than he was last lap, but I still don't think close enough to find a way through. He's closing quickly coming into Raymond's. He's going to look for the cutback off the final turn for the final time, but he hasn't got it in the drag race down to the line. And the gap in the end, just 0.2 of a second between Davey and Maguire. Other positions being decided further down into Raymond's. They're side by side, and that's over 6th and 7th positions. And in the end, just missing out, it's Ollie Walker on the tail. Sorry, Sandy Horn just missing out on the tail of Ollie Walker for that 7th position. Horn finishing then in 8th place and completing the top 10, Emmanuel Brinton and Johnny Garnes.
Well, that's all from round 1 of the FAB-Racing British Minibikes Championship. We'll be back with more race action for you on the 24th of April from round 2 at Red Lodge. In the meantime, check out the website for more information.